Good evening, my dear gamers. Tonight, we look at the reboot of a franchise with Firaxis's Xcom, Enemy Unknown. Is this a game that will be out of this world or about as satisfying as an anal probe? Let's find out. It's a classic childhood fantasy. Aliens have appeared in the skies with the intention to invade the Earth, and you have been selected to lead its defenses. But with inferior technology and a world in panic, taking the fight to the alien threat will prove to be a rough ride. Overall, the story itself is kept to the background and allows the gameplay itself to manage the thrills. The front lines feature intense action as you risk the lives of your men, and back at home there's a juggle of UFOs, obtaining new tech, and keeping the council unified. Cutscenes are limited to major events and the tutorials, and help to maintain this atmosphere of sci-fi suspense. The narrative of XCOM itself is very simplistic and direct, but for this style of game, it fits it like a glove. XCOM is a rare and refreshing taste of strategy amongst a sea of shooters and action. Its turn-based mechanics harken back to tabletop gaming, where each turn features a combination of movement, attacks, and support, followed by the terrifying response of your extraterrestrial foes. When you're not on the battlefield, preparation and customization become the names of the game. With a decent monthly budget, players can choose how to allocate their resources and adapt to the alien threat. New technology and equipment upgrades can be developed in research and then built in engineering. From there, equipment goes to the barracks for soldiers to use, while fighter jets go to the hangar. Some projects serve as primary objectives to further advance the plot, but the alien threat will grow whether the player is prepared or not, so the base will need to grow and develop in kind. New structures are available at the get-go, but more advanced facilities will require research before production. To make things more interesting, XCOM utilizes a time mechanic that requires a waiting period for research, construction, and for soldier recovery, but also means that aliens could attack before preparations are complete. Over in the barracks, players have the option to customize soldiers to mold their own personal alien kill squad. When a soldier performs well in battle and manages to return home, they level up and specialize further as one of 4 classes. There are options to customize, name, and change appearances, but this holds no real impact on the gameplay. Thanks to its intricately interlocking design, gameplay for XCOM is a surprising thrill. On the battlefield, the pace is slow but extremely engaging as each move requires precision and finesse. If soldiers rush blindly forward, there's a good chance they will receive some punishment and possibly even get blindsided and taken down in one shot. Fog of War combined with ample movement range means an enemy can swoop in by surprise and turns each mission into an emotional roller coaster of heroism and tragedy. If a beloved veteran falls, save files can be reloaded to bring them back unless the player has the Iron Man feature active, in which case every decision made is permanent. Back at headquarters, customization is the key. Certain regions offer specific development perks to help create specialization, but there are numerous approaches that a player can pursue as they see fit from one mission to the next. Every 30 days, the Council offers an evaluation and income to fund projects. Early in the game, it's very helpful in providing these resources, but later down the line, past decisions can come back with quite a bite if any particular field is left untouched. While the design and gameplay work well to establish a mood of suspense and anxiety, it's XCOM's presentation that bakes it all in. Visually, it rocks a classic blend of Starship Troopers and X-Files, underscored with a driving synthesized bass that amplifies the drama. The missions are viewed from an overhead angle with an action camera that provides a cinematic close-up as they take a shot or get shot. Occasionally, these cameras can set up a bad angle, however. Cinematics, while limited, convey important tutorial and narrative information, and offer a refreshing arrangement of close-ups and detail. The most important factor, however, is how well unified each one of these elements is to create a nicely made package. In terms of replay value, XCOM is a game that can play well even after piling up the hours. Missions increase in duration as the difficulty rises, but overall, land between 10 to 40 minutes. And with all the different strategies a player can pursue, this game can be played a different way every time, when the last game was a success or a failure. And on top of that, players can go head-to-head online with a point system, not unlike games such as Warhammer. Aliens and soldiers feature different abilities, making for very intense and enjoyable matches. With that considered, let's go ahead and get to the bottom line. Story receives a 7.5. It's simple, and much of its attempts to discuss deeper values briefly surface, but the drama primarily resides on the battlefield. Design gets a 9.5. This turn-based strategy game is a refreshing experience with many interlocking features. Gameplay gets a 9. For a strategy game, this handles remarkably well, both on console and on PC. Presentation gets a 9.5. The visual and audible blend of classic and futuristic meshes beautifully into a well-crafted package. Replay value gets a solid, resounding 10. This is a game that is fun and enjoyable now. And will continue to create unique experiences every time for years to come. This brings the final score out to a 9.1.
Good luck, Commander.